Hello and big welcome. M. Solomon, your foreclosure accountant and auditor. So glad you could join us this evening. I'm going to try and do a real quick presentation. I've been told make it simple, make it quick, make it something that people can understand. And I guess I get too carried away with numbers, but that's what it's all about. We are the numbers auditor. We are the numbers. I'm the numbers man to go to if you need an audit and if you're in foreclosure. And hopefully, if you are not in foreclosure, stay current. And if you are, we welcome you to contact us, and you can reach me at 725-270-3177 or at secondarytradedesk@gmail.com. Whether you're in default or not, send us a monthly statement, no cost, secondarytradedesk@gmail.com. I can see there's a misspelling there. Anyway, we look forward to talking to you. Send us that statement. We'll review it for you, no cost, no charge. We'll see if we pick up anything that's irregular, any red flags. Today we have a presentation. What are the odds of hitting the exact numbers in a foreclosure? Let me say it again. What are the odds of hitting the exact numbers in a foreclosure? You know, if it was that easy, everybody be running to Vegas, right? Well, we're going to show you something that is a red flag that indicates that we are on the right track and that what we are finding in files is indeed what is happening. Let's take a look. All right. We are alleging that from our experience that we believe these foreclosures are, I'm not going to say illegal or unlawful, but impossible from a perspective of the recognition rules in the accounting and GAAP, and that's final sale treatment. And what we do know is that from that, by making that assumption, you're going to have a federal and state tax due. That'd be subject to a foreclosing party issuing a tax form 1099. How many people have received tax forms 1099 after a sale, post-foreclosure sale? Some have even received them before they were evicted, most after you're evicted. But we're dealing with federal and state income taxes, withholding taxes. And what we're dealing with, on average, is about an 8.5% state tax. I know that's high, but it's the mark for most states. And we're dealing with about a 25% federal withholding tax. That's on the cancellation of debt by involuntary conversion, which is what we're alleging. So we're seeing nationwide a state and federal withholding tax of about 33.5%. Obviously, it's going to be range from a little bit higher, a little bit lower, but that's what we're targeting, 33.5%. So let's take a look at an actual file. We got a mortgage loan of 586.3, and we have an assignment for 31,705. In other words, the file sold for a premium of 31,705.81. So that assignment was for a sale, loan sold for 618,005.81. You understand that? If the original loan is 586.3 and the loan sold for a premium 31,705, the actual assignment would be the loan sold value, and the loan sold value here is 618,005.81. Got it? We have the next assignment for 163,625.81. I'm sure that's all accrued interest, points, and fees. So this assignment was a loan sold for 781,631.62. You see the difference between that and that number would be the assignment value. So these assignments have value. There's more than just a name on an assignment. If you believe you have a illegal assignment or a forgery, that forgery right there would be worth 163,625. That'd be grand larceny. That would be a serious offense if that is a fictitious assignment, or if it's a notary fraud, or if it was a forgery. In this case, we had one more assignment. Next assignment was for a value of 100,018.91. That would be for interest, principal, interest, and any fees and the costs that were attached to the sale. And that sale would have been for a loan sold from 781,631.62. That loan sold for 881,650.53. So the value of the loan sold, or the value of these three assignments, we had three assignments. The value of each one, 31,705, 163, 625, 118.91. Value of those three assignments came out to 295,350.53. That's the value of those three assignments. That would be on a foreclosure balance of 881,650.53. We have a foreclosure that went down at 881,650.53. The difference between that number and that, there you go. That's the value of the assignments. So we're going to take the total assignment value, 295,350.53. We're going to use a withholding rate, as I showed you from the other page, 33.5% on the mark. On the mark, 33.5%. Let's see what that would capitalize. $881,650.53. That's our foreclosure balance. I capitalized the actual federal withholding, federal and state withholding at 33.5, and that equals a foreclosure balance on the mark. On the mark. So there you have it. That's the argument. As you can see, cancellation of debt. Cancellation of debt COD income is generally taxable for both federal and state purposes, requiring taxpayers to include forgiven amounts in gross income. It's treated as taxable income. Lenders issue Form 1099-C to report this with potential exclusions for insolvency or bankruptcy. States often follow the federal rules requiring tax attribute reductions if the income is excluded. I'm M. Solomon. I'm your accountant and auditor. Understand that cancellation of debt by involuntary conversion means there's nothing to foreclose on. And if there's nothing to foreclose on, pay that tax and lose your home. I don't think so. Give us a call or text us 725-270-3177 or email secondarytradedesk@gmail.com. Looking forward to hearing from you.